Fear is something that it is very scary. It can be very scary if we don't know how to speak to it, if we don't know how to be aware of it, or we're unconscious that we are fearful. And most of us are very unconscious that we're living a life of fear. We're fear of the unknown, fear of the future, of the past, fear there's someone that is out there to get us, that the world is out to get us, that people, that any situation is out to get us. Fear, it's such a feeling that can become so strong that can really hurt us. And how can we become friends with fear? Because fear is a feeling that is really just trying to tell us something. It's something within us that is trying to speak and tell us its story, and we must become friends with fear. We must allow fear to be and express itself to us, but we need to ask it. What are you trying to tell me, fear? What is this trying to tell me? And like I said in my previous video about our belief system, and a lot of it has to do with the root chakra, and fear is one as well that has to do with the root chakra. And when we don't feel secure, when we don't feel good about ourselves, when we don't have a daily established practice where we meditate for 3 minutes or pray for 3 minutes, we need to have a daily ritual, some kind of ritual that is going to connect us to God. And this ritual can be lighting a candle and saying a prayer, or anything that has to do with getting up in the morning and really embracing God. It could be a prayer about being grateful. It can be affirming your goodness. Anything that has you connected with God. We're consciously meditating. Even when we're walking, we're conscious or unconscious, we're meditating on something. It could be a good meditation, it could be a bad meditation, but we're constantly putting all these seeds into the universe of what we want. We're repeating the stories, these patterns in our mind continuously. We're repeating them, and we're planting seeds even if we're not conscious of them. We're planting seeds and they're growing. And it could be a bad crop, it could be a good crop, it could be positive things that we're attracting or negative, but we are the creators of our lives. And this is why I talk so much about consciously practice being conscious. I really want you to be conscious, and I want you to become friends with fear. Because fear, if you're not aware of fear being around you, or being this feeling that's going to move you and push you to your highest good, you're going to allow fear to push you down. And fear is just the opposite of faith. When fear shows up, you allow fear to push faith out, and you allow it to embrace you. And when faith runs your life, you have faith of the unknown. And the unknown is scary. Not knowing what's going to happen in the future. We get stuck in the past. We get stuck in the future as well. We don't focus in this moment that's happening right now. And when we don't focus in this moment right now, we're just somewhere else. We're putting our energy somewhere else. We are energetic beings. Our body is constantly giving energy away to something. If we're not consciously aware where our energy is going to, we're going to be scattered all over the place. I noticed before I was aware of these teachings, before I was aware of the truth of who I am, that I was always scattered everywhere, and I always had no energy. I felt very weak. I felt tired. My mind was everywhere. I wasn't really conscious of who I am, who I was, who I am. And as soon as I started practicing these teachings, something shifted in me where I was really aware where I was giving my energy. And I was able to come back in this moment. And it takes time, it takes practice. So it's a daily practice, something you have to devote yourself to. You have to devote yourself to this practice. You have to honor yourself as an individualization of God. So you have to honor that. So each moment you honor that you are a living image of God. You honor that, and you honor your body temple. You honor it by what you eat, what you drink, and what you do on a daily basis. And if you fall, you tumble, it's okay. Just get right back up and keep on pushing yourself to do better. And each time, push yourself to do a little bit more better. And just be really loving to yourself, knowing that you are doing your best at all times. And you are exactly where you need to be right now for your growth. That you're not supposed to be like your friends having businesses, or you're not supposed to be over here having a better job, better salary. That where you're at is exactly where you need to be. And it's okay where you're at. It's okay where I'm at. You need to tell yourself. Because the time is going to come when you are going to evolve into a being, such a conscious being, and you're going to do things that you're going to love to do, and you're going to grow with that. Money is energy. So that's going to flow with you when you are in your creative space. And when you're in your creative space, that womb area or that second chakra, when you're in that space, and is healed, and you can heal that aspects of you and be comfortable in that creativity and be comfortable in what you are, the money is just going to flow. And wealth comes in a lot of different forms. It comes in our health, it comes in how we live our life, it comes in a lot of other things, not just money. So I really want you to be friends with fear, because when you see fear in the face, you're able to talk to fear, and fear can push you to really go more towards faith. So when fear pushes you to faith, and you become more faithful to knowing that God is taking care of your life, that the universe has your back. The universe, God is the same thing. So when you know this, when you plant yourself in this knowingness, and you honor yourself as a being, a loving presence of God, you really can attract all the things your heart desires. But you have to believe it. You have to really truly believe it with your heart. So comes the feeling of feeling it, affirming something. You could affirm it and keep repeating the affirmation, but if you don't feel it, nothing's going to happen. You're going to keep getting stuck in the same place. So feel it. Feel that. When you affirm something, feel it, and honor yourself by knowing that you are divinity. So when you feel it and you honor yourself, put it together and just affirm your goodness, your perfection. This is how you can face fear. And this is when you face fear, you can truly face the unknown. When you face the unknown with that knowingness that you are taken care of. And as scary as it can be, as strong as fear is there, you can just tell fear, like, I got you. I got this. I'm going to do good because God is with me. And you, fear, you're just my friend. You're just trying to warn me of what could happen. But you know what? I honor you, but I got to let you go. So you let it go. You embrace it. You see it. You say, thank you, fear, for being my friend, for taking care of me, for trying to be good for me. But I just don't have time for you anymore. I have time for my goodness. I have time to remember who I am. And just coming back to the breath, the breath of life, that prana, the life force, that is what's going to help you get through fear. I know for me, fear was very, very strong. I was afraid of the dark. And I was so afraid of the dark because I had lucid dreamings that my spirit will come out of my body, and I would see spirits in my room. I still do. I feel them. I see them. I have the gift of seeing. So my fear was so strong, and sometimes it still could be strong. But I come back to the breath. I breathe long and deep. And I really just come back to the heart, and I know that there's only one God, one power, one essence, and this power is the power of good. This is the only power that there is, the power of good. And I know that I'm being taken care of, that all that shows up is only goodness, that only good exists in my life. I want you to affirm that as well, that when fear shows up, that you look at it in the face and you say, I got this. Thank you, fear, but I don't need you any longer. Not right now, not right here. That this is about not running away from your emotions. This is about facing your emotions, facing them. And when you're able to face them, you can step into the power of who you are. You can step into knowing the truth about you. The truth of who you are is that you are divine. That is the only truth. And I really want you to step into that, because when you step into that, you can attract all the things you so desire. When you step into knowing that all you are is wonderful and beautiful, there's really nothing else you're gonna want. We are all seeking. We're all seeking happiness. That is all we're seeking, and we're seeking it by the clothes that we buy, by the shoes that we buy, by the cars, by the money, by the careers. We're seeking all of those things outside ourselves. But when we come back to that center of our heart, then we can attract material items, but it no longer will take control of us, because we're going to be so happy in our being, so happy in who we are, and knowing that we are just so divine and so beautiful. And our lives are meant to be glitter and sparkled. Yes, they are. That is what your life is meant to be. And unicorns everywhere. Oh yes, this is what life is about. I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to affirm with me. Affirm this. Repeat after me. My life is perfect. My life is divine. My life is the life of God. Perfect, beautiful, divine. That is who I am. And that is who I am. I am that I am. Sat Nam.